People, my question for you is this morning, this afternoon, night, whenever you're watching this, what is God worth? What's he worth to you? You ever heard the app Cameo? You ever mess with it? You got celebrities on there of all kinds charging for a message. You know, you can have them send you a message, you can have them send a friend or family member a message. And some of them think way too highly of themselves than they should. You know, you got some of these like $500, $800, $1,000, and then some are like $30. You know, how much would you pay for some of these celebrities, right? I know Alicia Keys. I love me some Alicia Keys. You know, I don't think she's on Cameo, but what would you pay for a cameo with your favorite celebrity? What would you pay? We go past that. What would you pay for get coffee with your favorite celebrity? You know, to get a drink with your favorite celebrity. If you had to pay money for that, what would you be willing to do? I imagine some people would go nuts. You know, if they had to quit their job, if they had to break up with whomever they're seeing, if they had to fly somewhere far away to see their favorite celebrity, they do it. So what would you do for God? What's he worth to you? And what kind of costs would you be willing to pay? Let's take a look here in Matthew chapter 13 is verse 45 and 46. Jesus speaking. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant looking for fine pearls. When he found one of great value, he went away and sold everything he had and bought it. Read it again. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant looking for fine pearls. When he found one of great value, he went away and sold everything he had and bought it. It's important that we focus on the fact that this is a merchant in the story that Jesus is telling. Because the merchant, their profession is in buying and selling. The merchant is aware of what's valuable. You know, they're well studied in what's valuable. So they know. So this merchant finds out that there's this fine pearl. And they know it's of great value to the point where they're willing to sell everything that they have to purchase it. Everything. It's crazy. Think about everything. Think about cost. Like what we value the most in our society is typically money. Now money is included in everything, but it's far beyond that. You know, it's not like, when we bring this back to God, it's not like God says, well, you give me $200 a day and you can walk with me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just money. It's part of it. It's also your energy, your time, your relationships, your desires, your dreams. It's everything. That's the motivation that Jesus is getting at here with the kingdom of heaven, for walking with him. He's saying, let's be like the merchant who saw this fine pearl, greatest price, as it said, and gave up everything once he found it of value. Now, for us to answer the question, what is God worth to us, we have to really ask ourselves, who is God to us, right? Are we like a merchant who is well studied and we're looking at God and life with God as this fine pearl, and we're aware that God is this fine pearl, that he's holy? Or are we not? Because if we're not, then we're not going to be willing to give God everything and anything, right? It comes down to our worship. How do we view God? I bring it to like an example of dating somebody. You date somebody, then at some point, from dating person after person, you might find the one whom you're willing to settle down with, change your life, move away, do whatever it takes because you want to be with this one. And that's what we're talking about here. That motivation is what we're talking about here with God. But it's every day. Every day, because God is every day that pearl of greatest price. Every day we need to have the attitude. We're here to give God everything, anything. Whatever I have to do to worship God, to serve him, that's the direction I'm going in. Because he's holy. He's worth it. He's worth everything that we have. Only in God can we find true peace. Throughout all the different ways to find peace in this world, God's peace is ultimate, right? God's love is ultimate. God's direction, the clarity that God can bring in His Word is ultimate and it's worth everything that we have. So what are you willing to give God? How do you view God? And what are you willing to give Him today? What's your attitude towards God today? Think on that today. Amen?